You ready? You gonna dab me up or not? Let me see. Welcome back. This is episode 85, Social Junkie Podcast. Again, if you hit that play button today, thank you for being here. As always, I'm your boy P. Brandon's with me as always. Always, right? You been here? All 85? Pretty sure.
Oh, we at 85. And we
about to hit number, dog.
We about to hit 100 pretty soon, man.
Shit, 85 did come kind of fast.
Shit,
nigga, we was just on 20 something, bro. That shit is fucking crazy how time flies like that.
Shout out to everybody, followers and everything, participants in our videos.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We appreciate it. We got consistent following so far. Man, it seemed like a lot, but it's a lot to us. We appreciate it.
Slow progression.
We appreciate everybody.
Slow progression. Excuse my voice if I sound sick, guys.
We don't buy followers.
Brandon done passed me some shit. This nigga right here, dog.
We don't buy followers.
What? No. I know niggas. I just saw somebody that did that. Like for sure. Like I went to their followers list and I'm looking at the followers and I'm like, yo, this nigga bought these niggas.
Why you say it like followers?
Followers? What you mean? How am I supposed to say it?
You said it weird.
What did I say?
Followerless? Some shit.
Make sure
How
you
can
like.
you tell?
Cause you can look at their followers, bro, and it'd be like the people that's following them follow two people with some fucking Indian person that don't got no fucking posts.
Oh.
Half the people don't have no posts and shit like that. Like you can tell when somebody buys followers.
Man. Oh, okay.
We see it. Make sure you like and subscribe. This video is gonna be on YouTube on Thursday. Our YouTube videos hit YouTube every single Thursday. If you didn't know, Wednesday, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Everyone that's fucking with us on all of our platforms, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Again, audio every Wednesday, video every single Thursday. Make sure you send your Q&A questions to social. I'm not gonna be edited today, bro. I'm not doing this shit today. Last week we did some edit. That shit was funny last week though. That was the 420 episode for real. SocialJunkiePod@gmail.com. If you have any Q&A questions, any debate questions, we're going to do the Q&A segment today. We didn't go out to the streets this week. I think we're gonna head out there again next week. Seems like it. Think so.
Yeah.
Should be good next week.
Should be good next week.
Q&A segment. On today's episode, somebody asked us a question about the I don't know if it's Micaiah Bryant. Somebody asked a question about that situation. So y'all know we normally talk about that stuff in What's Trending or after What's Trending, but today we're gonna talk about it in the Q&A segment last, since somebody asked us.
We're gonna decide. I don't know if we're gonna put that out in the streets. I don't know.
Go ask that question. I think it'll be. Not that it should be gone in passing after 2 weeks, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Again, and let me say this. I want to say, because I had to cut it out last week because the audio got messed up. Rest in peace to Antron Pippen, Scottie Pippen's son. He passed away at 33 years old. Because we talked about it last week, but I had to cut it out because the audio got messed up on that specific part. He has chronic asthma. Scottie Pippen's first son. He passed away at 33 years old. So
That's
I want to say,
man.
Yeah. So I want to say rest in peace to him. And also, we talked about the Chauvin verdict last week. Again, rest in peace, George Floyd. We talked about the verdict last week because it kind of happened as soon as we were recording. But, I want to say it was the result that we figured it was going to be of him being found guilty. But all in all, George Floyd's not coming back. So what do we really gain, in my opinion? He's not coming back. His family's going to be grieving for the rest of their lives. He's not coming back. I think his
hopefully
situation.
This can trigger at least. Okay, let's say this.
Okay.
Hopefully this can trigger a chain reaction as far as
the rest of
changes
the stuff
in the system of how it approaches.
I agree.
Legitimate arrests.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So again, rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, Antron Pippen. Let me do the podcast rundown real quick, then we'll get started in the next minute. We're going to start on What's Trending today. Brandon's going to go first. I got something for the shout-out segment after we do our articles for What's Trending. Would you rather? I got one little quick Would you rather we'll do. Nothing for music this week. Ain't shit going on in hip-hop. Ain't really nothing going on. Sports after that. Q&A segment to close out. We'll talk about the question that someone sent us. And after the Q&A segment, we will close out. I never heard this song. You like that album, Mastermind? Rick Ross?
Yeah, Mastermind was a good album, bro.
All right, What's Trending? It's on you, sir.
Arizona
this week.
Police officers out in Arizona.
Hold on. I'll start over. That's how you start?
Arizona. In today's news,
What's trending?
An Arizona sheriff deputy used a racial slur after pleading to be let off the hook by an officer.
Wait,
so an officer essentially got pulled over by another officer because that officer in the car was driving drunk. So Pinal County
pulled over. Hold on. So officer pulled over another police officer because
he was in a civilian car though.
Was driving drunk.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's Pinal, whatever the fuck it is. Pinal County Sheriff Deputy Julian Navarrete.
Probably wanted it to be penal. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Was stopped after an Arizona State University police officer observed him speeding and swerving about 2 a.m. So he was out with friends during that time, and he made an arrest. He confronted the off-duty deputy about driving under the influence, and then he also said he pulled his card, quote unquote. Yeah.
He pulled his car.
Quote.
So he pulled his car?
No, this card.
Oh, he pulled his card. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm also a police officer. And then the police officer who pulled him over said, quote unquote, how much have you had to drink tonight? Just a couple drinks. He flashed the officer his badge, and then the officer asked him to step out the car, and he placed him under arrest. And he was pretty much essentially begging the police officer who was arresting him, can we let anybody else in the vehicle go through this? You know, do we have to do all this? You know, you're putting my job at risk. So before I say anything about this, I'm gonna read the other article because this relates to it too. It doesn't relate, it relates in sense to it. A Michigan lawmaker who was arrested for drunken driving and resisting police threatened to call a governor of the state of whatever state he was. Two separate stories. So he was driving a Chevy Tahoe along the interstate. What the fuck is there a fucking ad here for? Yo, come on, bro. Really?
Sniper would pull out the computer today. See what happens
when you pull
out the computer.
Bitch. He was what was I saying? Yeah, he was driving a Chevy Tahoe into a ditch along I-96 in Fowlerville. I don't know where the fucking state, Michigan. And police said he became combative after they arrested him because they had reports of erratic driving. He became combative after they arrested him or attempted to arrest him and used a taser and pepper spray. So he told the officers, this is going to be bad for you, and after I called the governor. So he's an elected official. On his license plate, it says elected. I'm bringing this up for these two stories specifically because, A, these are the type of people, all officers, I'm saying, and not all officers are this way, I'm going to say that, but that we're arresting essentially our safety into for disputes and stuff like that. People that don't want to take accountability for their actions, driving drunk and shit like that. And that drunk driving shit, that shit's not a joke, bro.
You ever seen that video where the cop on his dash cam, somebody was riding his bike and the fucking cop was texting, he wasn't paying attention, he hit the nigga on the bike.
Oh yeah, and then
he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're a fucking officer, what are you doing? And the cop, he ain't have nothing to say.
Yeah, he didn't have nothing to say. He actually, he was just like, yo, calm down. Like, he didn't want to take responsibility for it.
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
he actually got confrontational with the biker.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
And
I don't remember what that was at. That's unrelated, but.
And then I bring up the other issue. He's an elected official. He's a representative, and he's acting like this. And these are the kind of people that we're putting our faith into as far as our governmental system. It's just crazy because, and I said it once before, we got to be wary about who we trust to represent us, whether it be legal system or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure we've had stories before where we'd have legal, officials and government positions and doing dumb shit.
Oh, the shit, yeah.
And it's just like they have to be held accountable for that kind of stuff.
This question might play into the shit in the Q&A segment, but do you expect law enforcement officers to be perfect? That's my question to you.
I don't expect them to be perfect, but I expect them to not. If he did get pulled, I'd say this: if he did understand he made a mistake, you got to man up to it. You can't expect to get out of it. You made a mistake. I'd expect you to take responsibility. We all make mistakes.
Some people expect their authority to just hold the higher power.
No, that's
probably what he thought. Like, because if you were a cop, you might say the same thing. Like, well, I'm an officer. Come on.
But it doesn't excuse what I did.
It doesn't. But most people in that position might say that, and especially if you're drunk too, you're going to be talking out your ass. But I see what you're saying though. I understand what you're saying.
New Hampshire,
Arizona, the Michigan, to now to New Hampshire. This nigga going all around the country. Go ahead.
So. Police out in Kingston, a town in Massachusetts, they received reports of a loud explosion this past Tuesday. They responded to a location, I guess it's a quarry out there in Massachusetts, where they found people holding a gender reveal party with explosives.
I be seeing a lot of videos of gender reveals be going wrong. Like, niggas be doing some stupid shit at their gender reveal parties.
The source was tannerite, 80 pounds of it. The family thought...
What is it?
Tannerite, I guess
it's like some shit that'll blow up.
It sounds like it, right? I don't know what tannerite is. The family thought the quarry would be the safest spot to blow up the explosive,
what?
Which is typically sold over the counter for firearms, as a target for firearms practice. Nearby residents said the blast rocked their homes. Some reported the property damage.
That's not funny.
"Quote unquote," one person said it knocked pictures off of walls.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So, yo,
that's fucked up.
Some other people.
Why do you need that for a gender reveal?
I don't know, bro.
Is my question. Why do you need that?
Some other people said they reported cracks in the foundation of their home, which I don't know. I might be reaching, but I don't know.
Whatever that shit is sounds like some shit that will fucking blow up if you just touch it.
I'm gonna say this again. Y'all are doing too much for this gender reveal stuff. What do you need explosives
for a gender reveal?
Why do you need to do all this? What do you need everybody in the world to know what you having? I don't care.
There's a lot of gender reveal videos.
I don't care.
There's a lot of videos.
When he did his gender reveal, it was just a regular party. It was some fucking balloons.
What did we do? No, it was a pinata.
Oh yeah, it was a pinata. Yeah. But then balloons.
Damn, we didn't do one for Tristan. Why we didn't do one for Tristan? Did we? We didn't do one for Tristan. It's fucked up.
Damn, you
gonna ask me about that one day.
I'm gonna tell him.
Sorry, son.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you daddy ain't shit.
I think we did do a gender reveal for our first.
Do you really think that, Uncle Brandon? Yeah, he ain't shit.
Y'all know I really wanted a girl as my first child. I really wanted a girl. When I hit the pinata, I did. She knows that. What's wrong with me saying that?
They might be like, damn, bro.
No, I wanted a girl as my first kid. I really did. And I remember when we was hitting the pinata and I seen the blue coming out, I remember I said, fuck, it's a boy. I remember I fucking said that. I remember I said that shit out loud.
He was
expecting. Now, I'm so happy that I have two sons. I'm so happy that it's a boy, that both of them are boys. Like, it completely shifted from how I first originally thought. But
yeah, because I feel like for a man, like, a girl's a lot of work, man. That's like... I think you would be like a little bit different parent kind of person if you were to get like an opposite sex.
Yeah, girls. Yeah. I want a girl though one day, but it ain't gonna be no time soon. But when I think about that waking up in the middle of the night shit all over again, like I'm just like, yo, nah, I'm straight on that, bro. Straight on another kid right now. 2 is enough, guys. Maybe one day. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We was on a random tangent.
It's all right. So, for the listeners not from out here in Atlanta. So
we're in Atlanta,
Georgia, whatever. Stone Mountain. Most people are familiar with Stone Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's assigned as, I guess, origination of the Ku Klux Klan. If a lot of people don't know that.
The location of Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain.
Okay.
So there's a big Confederate drawing with Robert E. Lee, I think, on the face of it. And
on the side of
it. Yeah, on the front of it. So
wait, is it really the front or is it the side? Which one is it?
I think it's the side. It's not the front.
I guess. I'm just talking shit. Go ahead.
They're acknowledging that that it was a meeting place for the Ku Klux Klan. So now there's a new member of the association that's just got inducted. I forgot his. I can't find his name right now for the life of me. But they're deciding what to do. And a lot of people are outraged about removing it.
So they're about to start thinking about what to do.
Because now it's a blackly.
That's a new word.
A black official. Remember African American official.
Episode 85, Blackley. I was gonna say you should put the mic on the other side of the computer and put it since you be looking over there talking over there. We'll put it on mute. But yeah, I mean, people are outraged. I mean, right? No, I shouldn't say right.
They're trying to
rightfully so. That's not what I really meant to say. What I meant to say was I could see people being outraged at that.
Yeah, and they were protesting the past week. There, people going up there with the Confederate flags and stuff like that.
That's not a surprise.
I'm gonna say it before. I'm on the other side of the fence with this. I don't believe that removing any Confederate statues, street names, all this kind of shit.
We talked about this before.
Me personally, I don't believe it does any good because I've essentially goes along the lines of forgetting history. No matter how bad it is, trying to forget this kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, you take all these monuments down. That stuff is there, fine. It's there, but guess what? It's there to to show you how far we've come. It may not seem like it nowadays, like what's all that's happening, but
Right.
and I understand that it means what it means for a lot of people when it comes back to our ancestors and stuff like that.
Right.
But I feel like it's just like I said,
keeping it there would show a reminder of looking.
Show a reminder, or essentially how we've grown past like as far as history goes. That's what I'm getting at.
People might flip that and say, well, that's why we want it removed.
But you're essentially trying to forget where you came from. As bad as it is, as bad as it is, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
just keep it in your head.
Keep it.
Just remove it and keep it in your head.
I don't know. I think that stuff should be there as a statement. I'm not, and I'm telling you, I'm not agreeing.
He's not saying a statement as in it's good. It's a good thing.
I'm saying it should be a statement from where we've come to where we are now. I
feel you, but then there's a part of me that's like, I don't know. I feel you.
Yeah.
But then there's a part of me that's
because I feel like if you do all this anyway, it doesn't change the fact that it's gonna happen. That it happened. It didn't change. It doesn't change.
Well, what is the shit on the Stone Mountain, and what does that represent? The
the Confederacy, yeah, just I guess more so a tribute of the Confederacy.
Because what is it, like some motherfuckers on horses and shit? Isn't it? I haven't been there in a while, though. I don't even remember last time I went to Stone Mountain.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to Stone Mountain? You remember?
Probably like 2 years ago, man. To be honest.
But yeah, it is some motherfuckers on horses and shit. For motherfuckers that don't know, you can look it up, Stone Mountain, and look it up on Google. It'll tell you the history.
So and shit. It comes after a lot of people that I guess there multiple proposals come amid national reckoning on a race that brought down dozens of Confederate monuments. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm on this. What, yo? I got my calculator out.
I understand. No, not I understand. I keep fucking saying the wrong shit. I'm not surprised that people were outraged by them trying to remove it.
I'm not surprised.
Especially being in Georgia, I'm not surprised.
But like I said, I think if you try to forget your history, man, we're bound to repeat it. And doing all this stuff, I just feel. I'm telling you, this is how I feel about it. And like I said, I have to say this every fucking episode. I am in no shape or form fucking racist about anything like that. I just have an opinion. I don't think that doing this will change. None of this will change the history of what happened. I just feel like this will allow us to forget quicker what happened. Rather than the question being apparent if a child were to see this, why is that statue there? It's no longer there. Do you think nowadays if they were to teach us history, they would tell us the truth?
Well, they never did anyway. So.
Well, what I'm saying is, if it's gonna start at statues, it's gonna end with history books, and we won't really know our history at the end of the day. And that's something important. We got to know where we came from and what happened.
Yeah.
They've already watered down history so much in history books. And what they're teaching people.
You're saying removing stuff like that ain't help.
It's not going to help, bro. Because it's not going to stop there.
I see where you're coming from.
Because we need to know what happened to us as people.
All right.
Blacks weren't the only people who were enslaved. There's Native Americans, there's Indians, and it'll be so watered down about as far as history goes. You can't really understand history until you do research on your own, or speak to somebody who really will teach you unbiasedly what our real history of America is.
I think people are more so looking at certain objects like that as in this represents racism. That's what.
There's a lot of things that do that. There's a lot of things, but if you
that's why
worry about that every single moment of the day, are you like come on, man?
That's why they want to take it down. That's what I'm saying, because most of the things that they look at represent racism, and that might be one of them. That Stone Mountain shit. Yeah, that may be how they feel.
Yeah.
But
all right, move on to the next one. The other two is sports.
The other two sports.
Yeah.
So you're saving it.
And then the other one is our discussion on the other stuff.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. It's that nigga's turn now. It's me, nigga. President Biden just made an announcement on Twitter, I believe. Your president that you vote. Well, you didn't vote. This fucking guy right here. I still can't believe.
I mean, I voted in the other election.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad you did that, Brandon. President Biden said, because of the extraordinary progress we made in the fight against COVID-19, the CDC made a big announcement today.
Oh,
if you are fully vaccinated...
I wasn't going to read this article because I'm tired of this shit, bro.
If you are fully vaccinated and if you are outdoors and not in a large crowd, you no longer have to wear a mask. This is from President Biden. Again, because of the extraordinary progress we made in our fight against COVID-19, the CDC made a big announcement. If you are fully vaccinated and if you are outdoors, not in a large crowd, you no longer need to wear a mask. I mean, you take that how you want it. I'm not vaccinated, so I guess this doesn't apply to me. But if you're vaccinated, I would still wear your mask no matter where you go. That's just me. Because you could still catch the shit even while being vaccinated, which don't make sense to me. But we talk about this shit all the time. That's the only fucking vaccine shit I got for this week. That's it. And I literally just saw this before we started. So
I saw it too, but I was like, yo, I'm not fucking screenshotting this shit. I contemplated for a good minute. I'm like, yo, do I talk about this article? But I'm like, yo, I'm so fucking tired of this shit, bro. Like, I don't even want to talk about this, bro.
You need a third vaccine pretty soon. They gonna
I'm not. Me personally, I'm not gonna do it. And y'all already know, for the people that have been consistently listening to us, you already know our opinions on the vaccine. And we're not, like I said, not conspiracy theorists and anything like that. We just don't. I don't see the efficacy.
I'm good
of something that's developed so rushed. So
I'm good. That's all I'm saying. I'm good. But like I said, take that how you want it. I would still say wear your mask, even if you're not a large crowd. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. I wouldn't take the chance because you just never know. They change this shit every fucking week, so you just never know. Like I said earlier, we talked about the Derek Chauvin verdict last week. This story came out. It says Derek Chauvin faces 40 years behind bars for murdering George Floyd. But that may be just the beginning because there's another incident that is eerily similar to the killing of Floyd. Authorities have received video of Chauvin allegedly brutalizing a 14-year-old black teen, and the feds are now on the case. The incident occurred in 2017. The video allegedly shows Chauvin violently subduing the teen, viciously striking him in the head with such force he needed stitches to close the wound. Chauvin allegedly held him down on the ground with his knee for 17 minutes as he gasped for air, oblivious to the teen's cries that he couldn't breathe. So the same thing again. This literally happened in 2017. They're saying. I don't think so. One of the prosecutors said there's another similarity with the two cases. Those videos show a far more violent and forceful treatment of this child than Chauvin described in his police report.
Yeah, man. All I'm gonna say is Derek. I think it goes to say that, yo, it's a wrap for you, bro. You're not gonna get out.
Do you still think 25 years at the most?
You said that Nah.
Did you have a change of heart as soon as you said that last week, or it just happened?
I haven't really thought about it too much.
Okay.
But if now this stuff is coming out, it's a wrap. Nah, it's gonna be more now.
That's fucking crazy. So pretty much all in all,
but you know what I think about this, bro?
What?
When I think about this, initially when we heard about this stuff, right? Initially when it happened.
Oh, I skipped one too.
They were trying to. It seemed like a lot of people. It seems like the police, like the police force, whatever, they're trying to. Damn, I said
force.
Yeah. Fuck.
Brian is the only person that I know that says the force.
Damn it.
Besides Joe Swanson on Family Guy. Nigga's the only nigga that says the force.
Fucking chap lips ass.
They feel pretty moisturized today. Go ahead. But go ahead.
I feel like, yo, once the story gets enough media attention and a whole bunch of other people are outraged about it, they switch their position about the shit. And we talk about Breonna Taylor, and we talk about
who switches their position?
The police department. That specific police department.
So you're saying they feel one way until outrage happens, then they switch their stance.
Right.
Okay.
Because they weren't outraged about Chauvin.
When that shit first happened,
it wasn't outraged about that. And Breonna Taylor, they were justifying that they were serving a warrant and stuff like that.
But then when outrage and the story started to break,
and now all this stuff is coming out, and he's such a bad guy now. Yeah. So, but that's
I'm not surprised though. This is something that's not surprising.
But yeah, now this article is coming out. I don't think it's gonna be any good for him now, to be honest.
I skipped this one, but I'm gonna go back to it now. This is somebody in Beaufort, Georgia, pretty close to where I live at now. She is a mother. A mother from Beaufort, Georgia, speaks about mask mandates for young children.
Every month I come here and I hear the same thing: social emotional health. If you truly mean that, you would end the mask requirement tonight. This is not March 2020 anymore. We have 3 vaccines. Every adult in the state of Georgia that wants that vaccine is eligible to get it right now, and every one of us knows that young children are not affected by this virus. They're not, and that's a blessing. But as the adults, what have we done with that blessing? We've shoved it to the side and we've said, we don't care. You're still gonna wear a mask on your face every day, 5 and 6-year-olds. You still can't play together on the playground like normal children, 7 and 8-year-olds. We don't care. We're still going to force you to carry a burden that was never yours to carry. Shame on us. My 6-year-old looks at me every month before I come here. She says, are you going to tell them tonight? Tell them I don't want to wear this anymore. And I say, baby, it's not time to fight that battle yet. I try to explain that there's so many things. But it's April 15th, 2021.
I don't hear this shit, bro. It's a mask.
That was the first thing I was going
It's a mask. It's literally not even half an inch thick. It's a mask. They will be fine.
Is that a fact that it doesn't affect children like that?
The rates probably are smaller, but that does not. Why would you want to pose that risk?
They keep changing shit every fucking month anyway, so it's like.
But why would you? Why would you want to take a chance? You know, you wouldn't want to take a chance.
My fucking 2-year-old will. I'm talking about me, Pernell. My 2-year-old will wear his mask and not complain. He's 2 years old.
And the reason that she's probably asking her mom that stuff is probably because her mom is making a big fucking deal about it.
Are you gonna?
It's a mask.
Today?
It's a mask, and that's not to say that she can't play with children. You just got to take the proper precautionary measures in order to do that.
Yeah, that wasn't Beaver. she went on to the.
Like, you're getting all worked up over nothing, all this crying and shit, yo. Sit your ass down, bro.
Yeah, it was not that.
It's a mask. Shit's not even fucking half an inch thick, and you just got to put it on your face when you're out. That's not gonna stop you from playing. Like, come on, bro. Like, you over here crying and shit like that.
I wouldn't take a chance with my kids' health.
Fuck out here, bro.
I wouldn't take a chance with my baby's health. That's just me. That's just me.
Exactly. Like, it's your child's health at the end of the day. If you don't care for yourself, then at least care for your kid, because at the end of the day, if it may not affect kids as much, what about children with other immune deficiencies?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. We're not to say about that, and that's not. It's not completely. And with all these different strains that are coming out all the time, why would you want to take the risk? Because at the end of the day, if you're a conspiracy theorist or whatever, you can't deny that the amount of deaths that taking place are there.
Right.
500,000.
Right.
People died all over the world because of this.
At the end of the day, it ain't that serious to be crying about it. That's just me. People making a big deal of this mask shit. Just wear the fucking mask, dog. It's not that serious. I'm not gonna wear your fucking mask. That's how they talk. Fuck your fucking mask. Remember that shit I had read?
It's just a mask, bro. People just fucking you're violating my civil liberties. I should have the freedom to wear a mask or not. I mean, you do, bro. You do. You have the choice to be a dumbass, bro.
I came in with my mask on. Hear my voice sounds a little fucked up. It's not COVID. Alright? Damn, P, you got COVID for the third time? No, I don't.
For the third time? Oh.
Damn, nigga.
I forgot.
Nigga, fuck you. Italian man accused of collecting over $600,000 from hospital employer despite not showing up to work for 15 years. Some of us deal with it by counting blah blah blah. Yet nobody. What the fuck? Where does the story start?
This man took a long vacation.
The Italian press assigned that nickname. Let me just read the whole thing. Sometimes going to work can feel like pulling the teeth with no anesthesia. Some of us deal with it by counting down the hours till freedom, while others straight up finesse free time on the clock. Yet nobody's touching the king of absence. What are these niggas talking about, bro?
I don't know, bro.
The last time our friend King showed up to work at, I don't even know the name of this hospital. This is in another country back in 2005. What the fuck? Oh, he hasn't shown up to work since 2005, bro.
That's funny.
Italian police shared that the hospital employee continued to collect a monthly salary despite his absence. In total, the 67-year-old racked up approximately $647,347. Damn, you should have seen how I looked at you, nigga. Let me just make my case. I probably wouldn't have said nothing either. That's just me. I probably wouldn't have said shit.
How'd they find out, though?
It doesn't say how they fucking found out. However, as most parents thought it was not bad deed goes up, but it doesn't say how they fucking found out. But I wouldn't have said nothing. Would you have said something?
Probably not, to be honest.
He hasn't showed up to work since 2005. I thought they worded the story a little better than this, but yeah. All they put was 2005. Italy police shared that the employee continued to collect a monthly salary despite his absence. How do you collect that much money in 15 years, though? You don't make that normally in 15 years. $647,000. That's not.
600 and what?
47,000. Would that be a normal amount if you make it 15 years?
Yeah.
Might be. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might. 15 years, yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
15 years it might be. But yeah. I don't know if you had to give the money back or not, but I probably wouldn't have said. What would y'all have done if your job was still paying you after you fucking left? You wouldn't say shit. Would you go fucking, hey, Betsy, I'm still getting a check. You're not going to fucking go to fucking work and say that shit?
15 years. Yeah, it's about 43K a year.
That is no. Damn, that's not bad.
Damn, bro, for doing nothing? Damn, bro.
He old too, man. Come on, man.
He probably didn't know.
I wonder if he went to jail for this.
I hope not.
It doesn't say. Yeah, I mean, is that really theft? They would consider that theft.
Yeah, because you're taking their money.
He didn't say anything.
Wait, but
What?
he quit the job technically in 2005. Then, right? Technically.
I guess they didn't. I thought they worded the story a lot better.
I don't know, bro. All right, well, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, they don't even have this nigga's name. All right, check this one out. Florida couple planned a home wedding at a mansion that they thought was vacant. Cops arrived as guests were called and started arriving. The property featured a swimming pool, a waterfall, 1,600 square foot mansion in the state. A Florida couple had their whole dream wedding planned out at this mansion. Had a gazebo, tennis courts, bowling alley, 800-foot bar. The only issue with the property was that they didn't own it or have permission to use it. Courtney Wilson and Shanita Jones really sent out elaborate invites to all their friends and family to join them for a lavish weekend ceremony at a Sunday brunch at the $5 million mansion. It wasn't until Wilson and others showed up Saturday morning to set up that they realized the owner, Nathan Finkel, lived there. I have people trespassing on my property, Finkel told the 911 dispatcher, and they keep harassing me, calling me. What? They say they're having a wedding here and it's God's message. What makes you think, black people, these people are black, my black brothers and sisters, what makes you think that you could just go to a mansion that you don't own and don't have permission to do a wedding at to just do a whole fucking wedding? And they come to find out somebody fucking lives there. What in your mind?
Even if somebody did live there, why would you do that?
Why wouldn't you try to find out who owned this house or who owns this house? Is my thing. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's fucking funny.
The couple called.
Hey, get off my lawn.
The home wasn't there. They even hired. What? They hadn't even hired in the whole real estate. I'm trying to just read the article. But yeah, these niggas is fucking crazy.
They really probably spent a lot of money doing that dumb shit.
That's what they look like.
Y'all stupid. Sorry, but y'all stupid.
I wonder how they found this house. Florida. People in Florida crazy.
Yeah.
What did you send me earlier? You sent me some Florida article earlier. Let me see it. I ain't even read it. Let me see.
Oh, it happened out in Georgia. Nah, that's not a good article. That's not a nice article at all.
You said you Florida motherfuckers. You trying to put it on me?
She's from Florida.
What did she do?
She ran over somebody.
Why does it say a dog?
Because she killed a dog and a man.
Oh, she killed him.
So,
okay.
something...
No, we'll talk about it.
All right.
I want to break it up. So people in Florida are crazy. I see this on Twitter all the time. Like, motherfuckers always talking shit about Florida. Like, why? Why y'all do this?
Because y'all a different breed, bro. If I were to shoot you, I can't shoot you once. I gotta shoot you 10 times.
We're the best athletes, though. We're the best athletes.
Like I said, y'all Florida people, y'all a different breed. Y'all just weird.
Yeah, we're a different breed of athlete.
Yeah, all right.
Is there something wrong with
Is she an athlete?
She looks like she has some track shit on.
Was scamming a sport?
No, she don't. He said was scamming a sport.
Get the fuck
you remember the show To Catch a Predator?
Yeah.
Did I skip anything? No. Alright.
Oh, no.
Somebody said this on Twitter. Well, this is leading up into the other thing. Somebody said this on Twitter. Guys, did you know To Catch a Predator was canceled? If you don't know what To Catch a Predator is, it was a show on Dateline on NBC where
Chris Hansen?
Yeah, with Chris.
Hey, are you gonna
when you said his name, it just reminded me, hey, I'm Chris Hansen. What are you doing? They fucking trap these fucking. I don't want to say trap because it's not really a trap. You're just fucking
baited.
Yeah, you're baited, but you're a fucking pedophile. So it's your own fault.
They did God's work. They did God's work.
They go online and they catch and they bait online predators that are looking for like young adults, try to have sex with them and shit like that. And then they
young kids.
Yeah, young kids, not young adults. Yeah. Young kids. And they come to the house and then they bring the camera out. They're like, hey, what are you doing here? Like they're expecting to meet with the kid and then they be bringing condoms and shit. So somebody said, I'm sure a lot of you remember. Guys, did you know To Catch a Predator was canceled because they caught a state attorney from Texas and he committed suicide? His sister ended up suing, and NBC decided to settle out of court. Just found that out the other day. Crazy. This is the article right here of the guy To Catch a Predator. Kaufman County District Attorney committed suicide.
That's the guy who did.
Committed suicide on November 6, 2006, when police tried to arrest him at a home warrant tied to him trying to have sex with a child. That's why they canceled the show. Because his sister sued.
It's like I'm surprised and not surprised because.
That goes along with the fucking
money makes this stuff go around. Money, people in positions of power, anybody that's outspoken, all that stuff make this world go
I saw
around.
it the other day and I was like, that's fucking crazy because that show did it. I wondered what happened to that show. It wasn't funny. It was kind of like Like, yo, these motherfuckers is crazy. Like, they would
These
show
people
like
are fucking sick,
like
bro.
he'd have a whole fucking transcript of the fucking shit that niggas he be reading it to him and shit. Like, you said I want to put a condom in your ass. Like, crazy shit that they would be saying to these kids that would be like 11 and 12 years old. And then
Posing
like,
as that, yeah.
and then niggas be married and shit like that. Have a whole fucking family and whole. Shit was crazy, dog. I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube.
As we can see, money, and people of power, they go by a different set of rules. So.
And I say all that to say, there is a YouTuber
There we go.
by the name of EDP445. He is a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. I've watched a couple of his videos before on YouTube. Let me just say these are allegations, because I don't just want to tear down a black man if I don't know if it's 100% true or not. But there's allegedly a video of him caught trying to meet a 13-year-old girl. His real name is Bryant Moreland. He has over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. He has become the face of countless reaction memes online. If you're a regular on Twitter, you've seen blah blah blah. Now, though, a group of social media called the Predator Approachers have released a video that features EDP allegedly planning to meet up with a 13-year-old girl. With multiple screenshot messages and videos of him at the scene, the group confronted EDP. I haven't seen that video yet, but it is online. I haven't got the chance to watch it yet. I saw it on Twitter. They are approaching him. It's like in the back of a store or some shit like that. But I didn't read the text messages, what he said, and all that type of shit. But this isn't the first time that this happened, because back in October,
you're saying?
yes,
Oh.
with him. Says back in October of 2020, he was catfished by someone pretending to be a 17-year-old girl and sent him explicit messages, as well as threatening them if he found the messages online. In July 2020, just months prior, he addressed the accusations that come out against him regarding inappropriate conversations with an underage girl. He says in the video that he's not a pedophile, and the thought of it gives him the heebie-jeebies. I have the video here, but it's kind of long. This is from the first situation, I believe. Just gonna play.
For leave that I would throw my fucking life away, right, for
Gotta slow down.
a bitch that doesn't even fucking have hair on her fucking pussy, for a bitch that probably doesn't even know her fucking ABCs, for a fucking bitch that can't even count to fucking 100.
Yo.
I just wanted to play that just a little bit, that is how he chose to address the first situation with the 17-year-old girl that they said catfished him or whatever. I don't think he said anything about this yet. Let me see. I can go on YouTube and see.
Damn, bro. Well, once is even bad, but twice is not. It's not a good look, dog.
I was just like, damn, this nigga right here is fucking tripping, dog. Where is this fucking? Damn, did he take his YouTube fucking down?
They might have suspended it. They might have suspended it pending whatever is happening.
Yeah, I don't even see it. And when you type it in, the internet's biggest predator gets exposed. So, oh, that's the video right there of him getting caught. And that's him. He got glasses on, but clearly you can see that. I don't see his channel anymore. I think he took it. Either he took his channel down or YouTube took his channel down. He said this is all fake. Looks like he tweeted that. That's the only thing he said. But he hasn't come out and addressed it in the video like he did before. But you just never really know the true character of somebody, dog. I mean, like I said, this is all allegedly. But like Brandon was saying, if that first situation kind of happened and now this is coming out again, and then these niggas got him. What are they called? The Predator Approachers? Yeah. I guess that's the new fucking To Catch a Predator. They should do their own show.
Nah, because then it would bring in like street justice and shit like that.
Street justice?
Yeah, what you gonna do? Like, if you catch them, what you gonna do? You can't beat their ass. You can't arrest them.
Yeah, well, them niggas did that shit on To Catch a Predator. Well, they had the authority.
No, they arrested them though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I guess. I see what you're saying. I guess. But yeah, EDP445. I don't know if it's true, but just thought I'd talk about that. Just thought that was fucking weird because I've seen him on YouTube. But yeah, man, I only got 2 more things. And then we'll get in the shout out segment. Mortal Kombat. Brandon said he didn't want to watch it because he thought it was going to be whack. I watched it with my girl on Friday. The story was fucking... Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already. The story was fucking terrible. It was a terrible story.
Spoiler alert.
The story was fucking terrible. I give the movie a 6 out of 10. The story was fucking terrible.
Sounds
I saw
pretty
people
trash,
saying
man.
that the plot was setting up for the next movie, but it was like, so what? That doesn't mean that you can't make a good movie still. The best thing about the movie was the fighting scenes. The fighting scenes were A1. That's what made the movie. Like, them niggas was getting fucked up. But overall, I thought the story was stupid. It's like they did the shit so fucking fast. I was like, God damn.
If they were gonna make, what I'm saying is, if they was gonna fucking do multiple movies, instead of rushing the fucking plot, take your fucking time and do it. Because Mortal Kombat is such a vast, it's just a vast type of thing. So it's not something you can do in one fucking movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. If they slow down, they probably.
It looks like they geared up for the next one to end it. I'll say that. Looks like there's gonna be another one. So, but I saw people online. They were mad. A lot of people they liked it. There were some Mortal Kombat fans that I saw that liked it. They were like, "Y'all are fucking tripping. If you really love Mortal Kombat, then you would know what the fuck they were doing." But I'm like, bro,
what?
I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan. I never was. But the story was bad. The fucking fighting scenes were great. Liu Kang was a little bitch. Liu Kang didn't do shit. Sub-Zero was the hardest thing in the fucking movie, but I like the bad guy, so I guess that's just me. But it was just alright.
Yeah, you're a bad boy.
Movie is just alright. I saw the fucking trailer for the next Conjuring. That shit looks whack. It doesn't look like any good movies are coming out soon, man. Or HBO or anything like that, but that shit looks whack.
Why don't you make a movie?
The Conjuring, the devil made me do it. That's what it's called. The devil made me. That shit looks whack. That shit doesn't even look scary at all. And the other Conjurings, them shits was scary. Like the first one, the second, them shits was scary, bro.
Man, I don't watch them shits no more, bro.
Oh, you know what I meant to tell you? They got a Nas. We gotta watch it when we done. They got a
Nas documentary
on Netflix.
Oh shit!
I got my little Nas shirt on. That shit's pretty. But it's been out. That shit has been out for like 6 years. But I never watched it.
For 6 years?
Nas was like 2014 or something like that.
Did you watch that Titan documentary?
I watched some of it. It came on TV on HBO or something like that. I didn't watch the whole thing though. Rick and Morty season 5. We talked about Rick and Morty last year when season 4 is gonna come out. Season 4 is kind of whack. June 20th, Sunday, June 20th. You excited? It's your favorite show.
I don't know.
You the one put me on.
The last season wasn't. It was
That
kind
shit
of
was kind of whack. Yeah, season 4 is kind of whack. Rick and Morty's a funny show though.
It is a funny show though.
It's not better than Family Guy. Family Guy might be the best adult cartoon of all time to me.
SpongeBob.
Better than the Boondocks, too. Adult cartoon.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's not an adult cartoon.
They got adult jokes in there.
That's every old show though that they fucking come back and they're like, hey, did y'all see this? And they do some pedophile shit from way back in the fucking day. Excuse me. That's all we got for What's Trending, man. I think we on 45. We skipping music today anyway, so this episode might be kind of short.
Yeah, we skipping music, guys. We don't got nothing to talk
Ain't
about.
shit going on in music.
So.
Shout out segment. I want to give this week's shout out segment to Gunna.
To who?
To Gunna and Young Thug. They posted bond for 30 Fulton County jails inmates that were being held for minor offenses. They just decided to just go and just do this. I think I got a video here of it. So these are rappers, if you don't know, Gunna and Young Thug. I don't know where the fuck you been, but
and fortune to get back to their loved ones. In fact, on Friday afternoon,
we just woke up and went to the jail with the lawyer and DAs and all the prosecutors and the bonding companies and just got as many people as we can out, probably like 20 or 30 people.
The rapper's label, YSL Records, shared this exclusive video showing the moment dozens of Fulton County inmates were released from the county jail. Watch this. They aren't just you.
Damn, I thought that was some dope shit.
That's some dope shit. That's cool.
For minor offenses.
For minor offenses.
Yeah, it wasn't.
As long as they ain't kill nobody.
Yeah, it wasn't niggas that was on trial for murder and all this type of shit. It was this
That's cool.
Minor
Respect,
offenses.
man.
So, yeah. Respect the Gunna and Young Thug
Yeah,
for that. That's some
cool.
dope shit. I wish more niggas would do shit like that.
But they don't.
And it's like they didn't even have a reason to do it. They just did it because they could do it, which is great. Like when you were in a position of power and you got some money, you could do shit like that. I feel like shit like that is good to do. So shout out to both of y'all niggas, man. Gunna and Young Thug.
Right now, I'm gonna say this before it happens. People won't be trying to do this now.
Oh, after that,
everybody always tries to one up the person, and they didn't even do it for that.
Yeah.
Because you don't just get up one day and be like, you know what? You don't just fucking get up. I'm gonna film today and just do this. It's just something so random to do.
I wonder whose idea was Gunna or Thug. I would say Thug.
I'll probably say Thug too. It's
I feel like Gunna follows behind Thug. I'm just saying. I mean, he put him on. Would you rather? Only got one. Half court shot. You get 20 shots.
For a half court shot?
Half court shot, you get 20 shot attempts. You make 2 of the shot attempts from half court, you get $20 billion. If you miss all of them, you get 40 years in prison. Would you do it?
I'd do it. Half court? Yeah. You'd have to make it. You would have to make a fucking. You can make it out of 20 shots too. That's 10. That's like 8 misses,
so
bro.
If you make one, if you make 2, you get the 20. If you make 1, you just don't go to jail for 40 years, for prison for 40 years.
Huh?
I made a half court shot before, not in a game, but like on just like an empty court. I mean, it's hard, bro. It's not easy. It's kind of hard.
20 shots?
Curry makes it look easy, but 20 still.
Well, not 20. Well, technically,
getting 20 shots, but that shit. Once you get to like 15 and you ain't made one, you gonna be like, fuck.
technically you get 18 shots, 18 misses.
But you might miss all them shits, and then you gonna go to jail for 40 years. Would you risk it? You risk it? I don't know about that one, bro.
Why they sending me to jail?
Because you missing them, this
like-
nigga. Right? You a risk it?
I think I'd risk it, bro.
$20 billion
That's
if
a
you
lot.
make two.
That's a lot.
Nigga, it's hard to make one, and you talk about making two.
Hey man, I'm aiming for that square.
Yeah, I mean, off the glass.
Just
Bank
do
shot.
like this. Look, they didn't say how I gotta make the shot. They didn't
But
say how I
still-
can make the
but
shot.
Still, nigga, you're at half court. You might not make it that way. If you're doing underhand shit, you have to put a little power in that shit to even make it go, and you gotta aim it. That shit's hard.
Hey man, I'm gonna try. I think I'll try.
Hey,
20 billion? That's a lot.
I think I would try to. 40 years of getting fucked in the ass. That's what you're risking. That's what you're risking. 40 years of getting fucked. Hey, what are you in here for? I missed 20 shots half court. Oh, you ain't shit. I'm definitely fucking you.
Yo, shut up, bro. This guy is yo.
Oh, you soft. You definitely get fucked. That's what the niggas is gonna fucking say. Oh, you a soft nigga. That's all we have for Would You Rather. Oh, we got that one. We're gonna get into sports. This episode's gonna be short. We're gonna get into sports.
Yo, you fucking on,
That's
bro.
what the niggas is
You're
gonna
on
say.
some shit.
UFC, what was it? UFC what? 267?
I don't know, bro. I lost track. I'm good.
But fucking, what's the dude's name? Chris Weidman. He had a gruesome leg injury. That shit was fucked up, bro. That shit was really. You UFC niggas is different, bro. You talking about Florida niggas are a different breed? MMA fighters are a different breed of man and woman. Like, they are a different fucking breed. Who is Thug Rose? Because I keep seeing her, but she's a woman.
Oh, she just won the title again. She recaptured.
Is she good?
Yeah, for a female fighter, yeah.
That's a hard name. That's a hard ass name. I like her name, Thug Rose. That's a hard, because her name isn't anywhere near Thug. It's some other shit.
She got some hands, boy.
You a fighter?
Hell no.
For $1
Fuck.
million.
Yeah, I would. I'd lose.
Yeah, I saw she won. And she
She
kicked
just
that bitch in
recaptured
the
her
face.
title. I think the last time she won was like
Kicked that bitch in the face or some shit.
2016 or 17.
MMA fighters are a different breed, dog. But that Chris Weidman shit, if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't advise you to go look at it. I just saw it on SportsCenter. They didn't really show. No, let me stop lying. I saw it on YouTube. I didn't see it on SportsCenter because they were not going to show that on SportsCenter. I saw it on YouTube, nigga. I looked it up.
Okay.
So I wanted to see it. Because I'm a freak. I wanted to see what happened to this nigga's leg. But nigga, that shit was fucked up. How that shit wrapped around this nigga. Bro, you have to think about how hard that is. Do you feel that? Nigga, that shit snapped and wrapped around this nigga's leg, dog. Why you looking at me like that? Don't do that.
What?
What do you mean by that? Don't do that.
Stop doing that, bro. You promoting him.
But look, bro, do you know how hard...
Yeah, bro, you should.
Bro, is that a career-ending injury?
Nah, they'll come back.
And he didn't even feel it until he stepped back and he stepped on it. And that shit was like sideways, like,
He'll come back, bro.
Thanks. I kept seeing people saying...
Sometimes you won't be the same, though. That's the thing.
I kept seeing people saying that might be a career-ending injury for him. Well, Paul George came back. He did the same thing. So, and this nigga plays basketball. But you're fighting though. That's the thing.
Gordon Hayward.
Whose was worse, Paul George? No, Hayward shit was. No, Paul George shit was bad. Paul George shit was. I think a lot of people forgot that Paul George's leg fucked up like that. That shit was bad.
I forgot.
That shit was really fucking bad. But yeah, prayers to that man. I don't know how old he is or anything like that. I don't know anything about him, but prayers to him. Hopefully he's speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and YouTube star Logan Paul have reached a tentative agreement to fight on June 5th. So they keep going back and forth with this shit. Floyd and Logan Paul. They keep going back and forth with it again. So they put this out again the other day. June 5th.
I'm not interested in seeing it.
Not interested in seeing that at all?
No.
You don't care?
No.
What about Jake and Floyd?
No.
That'd be entertaining.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do that. There's too much weight on him. Too much of a weight difference.
Logan about the same size as Jake. And he finna fight Logan? He looks about the same size as Jake.
Jake is not the same size.
He's bigger? Logan's bigger?
Logan is smaller than Jake. Jake is the biggest one. Jake is bigger.
By how much? Are you talking about height, weight? What you
We're talking about height and muscle mass, I think. Let me see.
I think it'd be entertaining to see though. Jake versus. That would bring in a lot of money because they talk.
Oh, right.
They both talk a lot.
You already know that fucking you talking about Jake and
Jake and Floyd.
Yeah, you already know because anything that involves money, fucking what's his name?
And they talk a lot of shit, so I think they'll bring in a lot of money. So you gonna look up the weight?
Yeah, I'm
Jake Paul, height and weight.
Jake Paul is 6'1".
Are you trying to convert it?
Jake Paul. Shut up,
Convert
bitch.
the weight. I know that's what you're doing because they don't never really put the weight. He's probably like 200 pounds. He's probably like 6'1", 200.
He's like 208 or some shit. He kind of look like that.
He's probably like 6 foot 200, 205 maybe. No, yeah, I wouldn't even say 205. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just think it would be entertaining. Wait, so you said you're not interested at all at Logan.
I'm not.
Either one, you wouldn't care.
Either one, I wouldn't care. I mean, I'd like Floyd, but I mean, it's just a money grab, bro. That's all it is. That's all Floyd's interested in.
It seems like they're doing a lot of money grab boxing fights now.
But that's because that's what it is. That's what it is.
Shit and the fucking.
Because that's what it is.
Everything
everything now about boxing has changed from the old days. Old days, fight who you want to fight and you want to become the best. Tyson did it. Ali did it. You don't run from nobody. You come and you take whoever it is. Now, just like how we see Errol Spence and Crawford, and we see fucking other fighters and stuff like that who like kind of duck fights. They do it because of the money. They don't do it because they want to beat whoever. Not because of competition. There's no such thing as that anymore. It's more about money motivated. Who's going to pay me the most to fight? Whether it be bullshit or not. And a lot of ducking people who are contenders to fight. That happens.
So you wouldn't be driven by money if you were fighting?
Me personally, I would be driven by money.
So what are you talking about?
Because there's a lot of there are people out there who aren't driven by. They want to be the best in their fucking sport. Tom Brady isn't fucking driven by money.
I ain't got nothing bad to say about the GOAT.
He isn't driven by money, bro. He wants to fucking win because he has that mentality. Kobe probably wasn't, because he wants to fucking win. Me personally, I want the money. But then again, I would want to be the best. I wouldn't want to. I'm not gonna sit here and duck anybody. I'm not gonna duck anybody, but
that's pretty much what you're saying. You would duck for some more money. And then you just call these niggas out all these days.
No, I'm saying that I wouldn't duck, but I want to get paid the money that I want to pay.
That's what they saying.
I'm not going to duck.
Paid.
I want to get paid, but you're going to pay me to fight this person. You're not going to give me no bullshit is what I'm saying.
Alright, we normally don't talk about boxing. Well, we do talk about boxing, MMA and shit like that, but I just thought the injury was gruesome. So NFL news now. This is what I want to talk about. NFL prospects for the draft. Draft is this Thursday. I'm going to talk about the draft next week. They reveal bizarre requests teams had in pre-draft interviews. Listen to this. Ready?
Yeah.
So you've been doing these pro day questions and all these different things with different teams. Mm-hmm. Has any strange questions popped up? Because they're prone to ask a weird ass question or two sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, ain't no crazy questions, but one team, like, they told me it's just like, don't tell nobody that we asked you to do this. But like, one team told me I had to make a rap. Like, I had to make a rap before they was gonna talk to me.
Like a rap song?
Yeah, I had to make a 30-second rap and then send it to them, and then they interview me.
For the NFL draft.
A rap song?
Yeah.
That's hella sus, bro.
That's really crazy.
I had to rap.
So now
I had to.
It's two different people,
man.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing ever, bro. Cause like, I can't rap at all. Like I never tried to, so I had to send like an 8-bar rap in. Yeah, that's what it's never. I hope that never gets out, bro.
What teams? Cowboys?
I had to.
I wasn't necessarily a question, but one team made me say my ABCs.
It's another person.
And it was
Get
like,
the fuck out of here, bro.
I know it's crazy.
Nigga, that's not even funny, bro. It's not funny.
And all three of these gentlemen are black.
I
Let me say
wasn't
that.
necessarily a question, but one team made me say my ABCs.
Two different gentlemen had to fucking write a rap. And one had to say the ABC.
That's not even funny, to be honest with you, bro.
Y'all know why Buddy was laughing. That shit, bro. What
bro,
kind of shit is that, dog?
Yeah, I don't know why you're laughing either.
I would have took that the complete wrong way if them niggas asked me that, and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get drafted, especially if I'm Travis Etienne, this nigga right here, because this nigga's nice. I went to Clemson, that nigga's nice. You're gonna get drafted. I would have told them niggas, no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not writing a fucking rap for you. What is that gonna prove? That's not proving anything about my skills on the football.
But then they're not gonna think about it like. I'm not saying do it, but they're not gonna think about it like that because they want to get signed.
Somebody's gonna sign you.
They don't think like that. They probably not gonna think like that, Pete. They want to.
Why
get
not? That's some outlandish shit to ask somebody.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. They
write a fucking rap?
Clearly they did it, and they didn't think about it at that time as much as they think about it now.
Well, he said, I don't want this to get out, and then he said it. So I don't know why he said it and said, I don't want it to get out. But that was kind of weird that he said that. But obviously they felt the way.
He don't want to get out because it's probably the team that he's signed with now.
Well, the draft ain't till Thursday. So, they don't know where they're going yet. But still, I'm not saying The ABC one especially.
So this is recent that they did these interviews?
Yeah, this is recent, bro.
Damn, bro. Nah, they need to...
This was posted 5 days ago.
Nah, bro. They need to release the team's names who did that shit, bro. Because that's not fair. That's fucked up.
If a nigga's asking me to recite my ABCs and I'm getting ready for NFL draft, I'm gonna tell them niggas fuck you. I don't care. I'm gonna be like, nigga, what? I'm not doing that. The fuck are you talking about? For what? You tell me the fucking ABCs, nigga. The fuck you talking about? What are they trying to see? Oh, let me see if this nigga's stupid or not. What kind of shit is that though? That's what it makes it seem like to me.
That's what it seemed like to me. That's what it seemed like to me.
Black. Like, come on, bro. You niggas is fucking wild, dog. That's what I want to talk about.
That's fucked up, bro.
It's fucking wild, bro. Other NFL news. What else I got? The Raiders after the Derek Chauvin verdict last week.
I beg somebody to find that that's not a big deal. Somebody's gonna say that. Oh, they just want to ask him questions. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but bro, that shit.
It doesn't make any sense. You don't ask somebody to recite their ABCs and a rap, and they don't even rap. They're football players. What does that have to do with anything as far as? That doesn't have anything.
I was trying to move on, and this nigga went back.
And somebody's gonna, because I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh, they're just asking them questions. Y'all reaching with race."
You should not.
Certain situations, people do reach with race. No, this is not one of those situations.
Stupid dog. That is some dumb shit.
ABCs. You're talking to a grown man. ABCs, and then you're telling the other two, "Oh, write a rap, and then I'll interview you."
What does that do? Is my question. Okay, I'll rap you the song. Now what? Okay, I tell you my ABCs. Now what? Yo, we're gonna get him in the first round. What the fuck? What does that do? Oh, he's a first round pick now. I'm definitely not gonna waste my fucking pick now. What the fuck? Come on, bro.
That's demoralizing, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, dog. And they should feel the way about that.
They should. But like I said, bro, they probably don't feel that type of way because they want to get signed.
Watch it be the Falcons. And I want the Falcons to draft this nigga too. Travis Etienne. Watch it be the Falcons. Watch it be Arthur Blank.
Go ahead.
Alright, so Oakland Raiders, after the Derek Chauvin verdict last week, they tweeted out this. I can breathe for 2021. Now, I didn't take offense to this at all, but a lot of people, including LeBron, took offense to this. LeBron was saying, why the fuck would they tweet this? What the fuck? Is this a real tweet? And they didn't take it down even after the outrage. Me, personally, I didn't see anything wrong with this.
Well, that's when he got convicted, and now he's like essentially like free and it's justice served? When he got convicted.
That's the way I took it. They're saying justice is served. I can breathe now. That's the way I took it from the way. People were outraged about this, that they said this.
You sensitive motherfuckers. Is there any other type of way to interpret it? Is there another way to interpret it?
LeBron is one person that took it a different way. Somebody said, just spoke with Raiders owner Mark Davis. He said, that's my tweet. That was me. I don't want anyone in the organization taking heat. I take full responsibility for that. Story coming soon on the reason to tweet and Davis' thoughts on today's verdict. I didn't see anything wrong with it. And, George Floyd's brother released a statement in support of the tweet from the Las Vegas. Did I say Oakland? Because it ain't Oakland anymore. It's the Las Vegas Raiders. Many people and organizations took to social media yesterday to show support for George Floyd's family after Derek Chauvin was found guilty of his death on all 3 counts. One of the organizations was the Las Vegas Raiders, who quickly received backlash after tweeting, I can breathe for 2021. The Raiders quickly trended on Twitter, and many felt that the tweet wasn't made in good taste. Like I said, I personally, when I saw it, I didn't see it as a big deal. That's just me.
I mean, I don't think it was made in bad taste because, I mean, essentially the conviction came and he didn't have justice up until this point. So what if they were tweeting that? Yeah, they tweeted it. I mean, I don't think that meant and that just from what I just interpreted, it's the first time I heard it, and I've interpreted it just like that.
Yeah. Mark Davis advised while speaking to Paul Gutierrez of ESPN that he meant no disrespect to the Floyd family and that he took the lead. They tweeted what they tweeted to state after the guilty verdict was announced. Today we are able to breathe again. That's how I took it. Mark is very firm on his stance and advised that he doesn't plan on deleting the controversial tweet. I don't think they deleted it. So yeah, LeBron tweeted that. LeBron has a whole bunch of tweets. I'm gonna read some of it in a minute, but that one specifically, he was like, "Is this even a real tweet? What the fuck are y'all doing? Why did y'all tweet this?" LeBron also tweeted, was this after Derek Chauvin, or I don't know if this is after Chauvin or Ma'Khia Bryant, but he said, "I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet." Yeah, it wasn't Ma'Khia Bryant. So initially, we're going to talk about it in the Q&A segment, but after the Ma'Khia Bryant situation, LeBron tweeted a picture of the officer who shot her, and he tweeted and said, "You're next," after Chauvin's verdict of the guilty verdict and all that came out. He tweeted that he took it down because people were outraged for him saying that. Then he tweeted this again. I'm so tired of seeing black people killed by police. I took the tweet down because it was being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer. It's about the entire system that they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate for more accountability. Anger does any of us any good. I think he said doesn't do any of us any good. That includes myself. Gathering all the facts and educating does, though. My anger still is here for what happened to that little girl. My sympathy for her and her family. May justice prevail. Donald Trump put out a statement, and it says LeBron James, former President Donald Trump, LeBron James should focus on basketball rather than presiding over the structure of the NBA, which has just recorded the lowest television ratings by far in the long and distinguished history of the league. His racist rants are divisive, nasty, insulting, and demeaning. He may be a great basketball player, but he is doing nothing to bring our country together. I saw a lot of people agreeing with what Donald Trump said, black people included. So let me say that. Black people included, you agree with what Donald Trump said in that statement. Do you
about
agree?
regards to
He always
LeBron?
talking about ratings, yes. Like, in regards to
Well, I'm not going to go as far as he's not doing anything to bring our country together, because he is. He does. I'm going to say he does, but...
Is the stuff he... He
does a lot of work. I'm not going to downplay the fact that just because he makes like some questionable decisions that he doesn't do anything to help. He does help.
Yeah, he does.
But as far as it
LeBron's a good person.
As far as it going too far about certain aspects of what he's saying, yeah, it does. Like, he does go too far.
I don't think he saw the video before he tweeted.
And that's what I had told you too, because I don't think he initially saw the video. He just assumed, and everybody assumed. And bro, I swear, bro, every person I've talked to, no, I didn't even see the video of Makia. I just assumed that everything went wrong without looking at the video.
Yeah, you can't do that. But
granted, yes, you can make you can make a decision without what the fuck am I saying? I didn't say that. You need to be able to look at the video and draw an appropriate conclusion, whatever conclusion it may be.
Like he said, gathering all facts and educating yourself does help. That's what LeBron said in the tweet.
Okay, but if you're gonna be involved, and when LeBron sends out a tweet, a message, says anything in the press, people will listen. So you have to understand that if you don't do any research and you're speaking on something that you didn't fully comprehend, people are going to pay attention and scrutinize you.
He has about 50 million followers on Twitter.
And all 50 million will pay attention when he tweets or say something.
Because most people that follow LeBron like LeBron. I'm assuming. I would hope that if you follow somebody like
So for you can't just say this kind of stuff and not expect any type of backlash about it.
Yeah.
So
you don't agree with what Trump said? I did see a lot of people agreeing with what that he was saying. This nigga's always talking about ratings. That's funny. I'm not going to say... LeBron doesn't say racist things. I'm not going to say that. His racist rants are divisive, nasty, insulting, and I'm not going to say
I don't think he says racist things.
I'm not going to say that. No. He's called Donald Trump a racist. I don't know if that's what he means. But Donald Trump has done shit to make a nigga say you're a fucking racist. I'm not going to say LeBron has done no shit like that. What else he say? He's a great basketball player, but he's doing nothing to bring our country together. I don't agree with that either.
I don't agree with that either.
So honestly, I don't know what you niggas was agreeing with. That I saw in the comments talking about he's not wrong, he's not lying. What are you niggas talking about? Maybe they're saying more social issues, because that's what I was gonna ask. What social stuff? What kind of work does LeBron do socially in this social work, like for social justice? What does he do? That's what I mean. What does LeBron do social justice wise? He has that I Promise school, but that's not social justice.
Well, yeah. Then if we're gonna speak about that, because now keep in mind, I'm gonna separate this from all the stuff that he does do. A lot of basketball players don't do that. A lot of people in general don't do that. There are people that do. There are football players that go back and they and guess what? At the end of the day, you won't hear about it. You won't hear about them doing this kind of stuff. But a lot of more players don't do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, because
for example, it'll be like Marshawn Lynch. He don't brag about doing certain shit, but he does.
Yeah, for his community.
He does.
California, shit like that, yeah.
So, I think if that's what they're saying about social injustice, if that's what we're getting the clues along, then it could be yes.
He doesn't do anything?
Nah, I'm not going to say doing anything, but do as much to justify everything that he says.
You're not doing enough to back behind what you're saying.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're talking about all this stuff now.
you're saying all this shit on Twitter, but what are you doing going out?
And then we can bring Kyrie into this conversation too, because Kyrie sits out games for all this stuff that he feels, but is he actively, and I don't know, now keep in mind, I don't know if he is he as present in the community and as he's trying to
as much shit that I talk about Kyrie sometimes, even jokingly sometimes, he does stand by what he says.
Yeah.
He does stand, because I saw that he's participating in Ramadan.
Yeah.
Last week he was doing that and not eating and shit like that, because
so
that's what he believes in, what he wants to do. But Kyrie
for the general consensus, I don't think a lot. I personally don't think, and this is, I think we was on we was talking about this shit a while ago, bro. I think I don't know when it was, bro, but somebody had disagreed with me about saying something about about basketball players doing shit. And just because you're behind the cause or anything like that, are you really behind the cause? Oh, we were talking with Ryan about if they stopped paying their salary, would they had to choose between the salary and the social injustices and stuff like that? We were talking about that. And what would happen?
Players give up their salary?
Exactly.
And how did the conversation go?
That I said that they wouldn't. They're just gonna play ball.
I think some would. I think a majority wouldn't, but I think some would.
I think
Kyrie would. I think Kyrie's one that would.
I think he would too.
But Ryan disagreed?
No, wait. You know what? I definitely don't think a majority would people. I think Ryan, I don't know if Ryan disagreed or anything like that. I can't remember. It was just a conversation more so along those lines. I can't remember.
But my thing is, how do those two things correlate? NBA player salary and doing stuff. How do those?
I'm saying in the sense of,
would you give up your salary to?
I'm saying for the sense of people saying all these stuff that's going on in the community. Are you really vested or into what the outcome is, or are you doing it more to gain attention or just be on the bandwagon of the issue going on? Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
And I'm not saying he is, but sometimes, like, if you don't do the research, this stuff doesn't make me think any type of other way, you know?
I don't agree with what Trump said in this whole statement right here. I do think that LeBron...
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I disagree with a lot of things LeBron does sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about basketball shit more than anything. Like, LeBron will just say and do certain shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? But I feel like LeBron's heart is in the right place. Obviously, that shows by the other type of shit that he does. I feel like his heart and mind is in the right place. But you can't be mad at somebody saying, I'm tired of black people getting killed. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Now, that goes into the other thing we were saying, okay, what are you willing to do about it? LeBron has a lot of power. LeBron has a lot of power, and he has a lot of fucking money. So there's certain things that he may be able to do to help. And even in Cleveland, wherever it is, there's certain things he can do to help. But
will he do it?
I don't know. That's for LeBron to answer. The last thing I had here, because I don't want to talk about that for too long. I want to say rest in peace to freshman guard for the Kentucky Wildcats, Terrence Clark. He died following a car accident in Los Angeles area last Thursday. He was only 19 years old.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Terrence Clark. Again, rest in peace to Scottie Pippen's son. What was his son's name? I don't want to get it wrong. Antron Pippen. And again, rest
19
in peace.
years old, bro.
19 years old. Lost his life in a car accident. Basketball player, man.
Damn, bro.
It's fucked up, dog. Prayers to his family. Condolences and prayers to his family. Condolences and prayers to George Floyd's family. We got a lot of cases coming up, man.
Yeah.
Got a lot of shit coming up. And the next thing we're going to talk about, that's going to be another one probably. So that's all we got for sports. It's only on an hour 11 minutes. It's going to be a short one. But, so we can spend however much time we want on this one.
Yeah.
We can go to an hour and a half. All right, Q&A segment. Excuse me, I keep burping. For those that don't know, we answer you guys' questions. We saved this. We would have talked about it before if somebody didn't send us a question about it. But socialjunkiepod@gmail.com is where you can send your questions to. I'll read the question in a minute, but I want to say before we start talking about it, I was on the phone with Brandon last week, and the LeBron shit came up on my TV, so I started talking about the Ma'Khia Bryant situation, and we got into a little heated argument about, because we had two at that time. I think we still do. We had two different opinions on this situation. And I was like, damn, I wish we could have saved this for the podcast. I wish it never even came up on the phone, because it would have been a great argument on the podcast, the way that we was arguing with each other. So, but it happened. It's all good. So somebody send a Q&A question. Again, socialjunkiepod@gmail.com. Thank you for everyone that sent a question. I want to say this is a woman. We don't read your name. She said, I have a question for your Q&A segment. I don't know if you guys are going to talk about it already or not. but I hope you do visit the subject. I want to know who you think was wrong in the Ma'Khia Bryant killing, her or the officer. So let's give a backstory of the situation first, then we'll talk about it. The headline reads, this happened, let me say this happened literally right after we recorded and literally right after the Chauvin verdict. This happened in Ohio. 16-year-old girl killed by a police officer in Ohio. 16-year-old girl named Ma'Khia Bryant has been killed by an officer in Columbus, Ohio on Monday afternoon. Well, it said this was on Monday. We recorded last Tuesday, right?
Okay.
So I guess it was the day before. Body cam footage shows an officer firing 4 rounds at Ma'Khia as she approaches the teen who seems to be in a fight with 2 other individuals. She was taken to hospital in critical condition and died shortly after. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family. It came out she was the one that called 911 for help. And the officer's name came out. His name is Nicholas Reardon. He is a white officer. ABC News reports during a press conference held earlier today, Police Chief Michael Woods formally identified police officer Nicholas Reardon as the person responsible for fatally shooting Ma'Khia Bryant 4 times. Reardon has reportedly been with the Columbus Police Department since December 2019. Okay, I did not know that. That is a big factor in this. It's December 2019. Around the same time as Reardon was identified, local police also released 3 additional body cam videos along with 2 911 calls received from the scene. This is also part of the story because I wanted to know why this happened. They didn't say anything about the knife. If you didn't see the video, I saw the entire video. Brandon sent it to me. I saw part of it on TV, but then Brandon sent me the entire video. I have seen the entire video.
I have either.
Officer was called. Literally, he got to the house. Literally, not even 5 seconds after he got to the house, the situation starts to escalate. Ma'Khia Bryant has a knife in her hand. And I saw somebody, I think it was Dr. Umar Johnson on the Breakfast Club. He was talking about it was a butter knife. Bro, that was not a fucking butter knife, dog. Let me make that clear. That was not a butter knife. You agree, right?
How the fuck does it even look?
I don't know why. I don't even. And Dr. Umar Johnson is the guy. He's like pro-black. He says all the shit. He was on the Breakfast Club. He said that. It wasn't a butter knife. Let's be real, people that saw the video. It wasn't a butter knife. But let me finish everything I'm gonna say before y'all start, because now y'all gonna be like, oh, he's on the fucking cop side. I'm not. Let me make that clear. Ma'Khia Bryant's foster mom says that the argument that led up to her death involved her foster daughters arguing about cleaning up. I didn't even say the rest of the video. So the officer gets there. Not even 5 seconds. Situation escalates. Ma'Khia Bryant has a knife in her hand. Literally, they're standing by a car. It looks like she's about to come down with the knife on the girl she was fighting with. The officer pulls out his gun. He shoots Ma'Khia Bryant 4 times. And to me, it looked like he literally shot her right before she was about to stab the girl. Do you agree?
I agree.
He shot her right before he was about to stab the girl. So yeah, that was what the argument was about. According to an exclusive interview with CNN, Angela Moore, the foster mother of Ma'Khia Bryant, stated that her 2 former foster daughters visited her in Columbus, Ohio to celebrate her birthday. And that's when an argument erupted between the 2 young women and Ma'Khia. The argument reportedly was due to their belief that Ma'Khia was not keeping the house clean. It was over keeping the house clean, she said. The older one told them to clean up the house because mom doesn't like the house dirty, so that's how it all started. To me, that's really dumb. To begin with. That's really dumb that this girl lost her life over something like that. Let me make that clear. It's really dumb that she lost her life over something like that. If you see the video, her dad seems to be kicking one of the girls on the ground before the officer pulls out his gun. And when she is shot, my thing is, when she's shot, the parents are just standing there. My thing is, maybe I'm just speaking for me, if my kid is shot, I'm going to run over to the body and see if they're okay. They did not do that. She was on the ground for a long time. My argument with Brandon at the time, we talked about it last week, was why didn't the officer try to use a taser? That was my initial argument. Go ahead and say your piece. So I'm gonna try to call Trix. I'm gonna see if she.
I've deemed that after looking at the video and the time frame that he pulled up and this whole thing went down, he had to act, neutralize the threat. I don't care about the age or anything like that, because you can't tell at the end of the day. You couldn't tell with her.
Yeah.
You can't tell with certain people what their age is. He's not thinking about it. There's not a fucking number above her head. She had a knife. She was attacking 2 girls, and she literally was about to stab. too quick of a fucking time frame in order to fucking use a taser that is not guaranteed to fucking neutralize, which is what they're trained to do. And he's determined so because he has jurisdiction to determine so that this is a threat, this is a very real outcome, that I have to use a gun. He's used his train of thought and his instincts, and this is what I have to do. He perceived it as a threat. And I'm gonna read something too.
Why do you think it wasn't enough time to use a taser?
It just wasn't, because it's a 50-50 chance that's gonna work, get along with somebody her size. For a taser, like I was bringing up before, I was talking to him about this. Mm-hmm. For the situation for you to use a taser, it has to be at least a more calm situation than that, where you have a little bit of time to de-escalate and talk to the person and stuff like that. He didn't have that time to do that. As soon as he jumped out that car, that's it. And I'm talking like a minute and 40 seconds. All of it's from the time he jumped out the car to the time that everything went down.
Literally when he got out of the car, that shit started.
It just started jumping off. He didn't have enough time, because as soon as he got out, she was going for one person, she fell, and then she was going to stab the other person. And he did not have enough time. Did not. He exercised what I think and he believed at that time in order to neutralize the threat, because at the end of the day, 2 girls' lives were in danger from this one person, and a very real threat.
And you made the point that if the other girl got stabbed, he would have still...
He would have been the bad... Either way it goes, from what it seems like, he would be the bad person.
Okay.
Didn't say... But I'm going to read what I said.
Before you read that, let me say something. A knife is considered a deadly weapon, guys. Let's make that clear. A knife that wasn't no fucking butter knife. I just read, because I didn't know he was part of the police force since December 2019, so it's only been, 2 years maybe?
Yeah.
But my thing is, as a cop, you're trained not only to make quick decisions, but trained to make the right quick decision.
Correct.
Your number one decision should not be to kill somebody, is my thing. But look, he shot her 4 times.
Okay, I'm not denying that part.
Your number one decision as a cop, what's your duty? To protect and serve.
Your number one decision
is to protect and serve. That's the cop's job, right?
Fine, it's cool. But your number one decision at this is correct. It's not to shoot anybody. It's to go off case by case basis. Mm-hmm. If there's a fucking killer on the loose, do you expect to fucking tase him? If you know he's armed and dangerous? No, Pete.
I would more so expect that if she was coming after the cop. If she was coming after
that doesn't mean anything. His life is less important than the 2 people he's trying to protect.
I'm not saying that.
It doesn't matter.
What I'm saying is your number one decision shouldn't be to kill her, because him shooting her 4 times was a decision to try to kill her.
The way that I see it, the worth of 2 people outweighs her one as the aggressor. That's the way I see it. Because guess what? She was coming at them with intent to kill them. She has a knife and she's willing to kill them.
But as a cop, your number one...
I understand 4 shots. Now, I don't agree with that. 4 shots is excessive. But then again, when you think about it, police officers, they're trained to neutralize the threat. I'm not agreeing with 4 shots. That's excessive. But what I'm saying is, he thought, and I believe, just by looking at the video, he did what he think was fit to do that. Because, like I said, if it was the other way around, the headline would be, cop fails to save two people that got stabbed today. Still get prosecuted. And he ended up saving them, and he's still getting prosecuted. That's the way I see it. You cannot win in this situation. It's too quick to de-escalate. You cannot... For you to use the taser, you have to have the ability to de-escalate. With the taser, you can't just fucking thing it out there and expect it to fucking hit. You have to not only use the taser... It has to latch on. You have to fucking squeeze it to apply power.
Okay, so my question last week on the phone was, in what instances do you use it?
And I have a reply for that. So now
I have something to read too when you're done.
Quote unquote, the attorney, not the attorney, the police chief. Because this question was apparent, and I saw this reply, and it doesn't seem like he's catering the story toward the police community. Okay. This is generally what I would think the consensus on using a taser and using a gun would be. Okay. Quote unquote. If there's not deadly force being perpetrated on someone else at that time, an officer may have the opportunity to cover distance and time and use a taser. But if those things are not present, and there's an active assault going on in which someone could lose their life, the officer can use their firearm to protect that third person. And we're not even talking about third person. We're talking about two other people now.
So this isn't somebody's opinion. This is a regulation.
Well, no. This is the jurisdiction that the police department, in the circumstances that they use it.
In Ohio?
Yeah, because it's going to go state by state. Okay. Yeah. So he used just like I was saying.
Under those guidelines, he was able to pull out his gun. Pretty much is what you're saying.
Pretty much. And I'm gonna still stand by that. To be honest, he did what he had to do to neutral, because she was literally like did that far from ending that other girl's life with the knife.
My girl is a probation officer. I was gonna call her, but she's not saying nothing right now. And she was trained. She was tased because she's law enforcement. She's pretty much law enforcement. She had to go through police type of training, and she was kind of saying the same thing Brandon's saying, like. My thing is, like I said, you're trained to make quick decisions. That shit was so fucking fast. Honestly, I don't know what I would have did if I was in this situation. Let me be honest. I don't know what I would have did if I was in his situation.
Well, that's the thing.
My thing is,
no.
I would have loved, not loved. I would have rather have seen the taser be attempted, dog. We don't know what would have happened. We're never gonna know what would have happened had he used a taser on her. I would have just felt better about the situation had he attempted to use a taser. Now, I have something I'm going to read too.
Okay.
That backs that. So, she was finna stab one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is in, I don't remember when this was. I think it says this was in 2013. However many years ago this was. But this is just an example of what I'm talking about. But the article was posted June 20th of last year. Glasgow, I think this is a city in another country.
Yeah, it is. It is. I heard
they had the country on here.
It's alright.
No, Sweden. No, Sweden? Scotland. So this is a city in Scotland. Police taser failed to disable knife attacker. Police officers got called to a hotel where 6 people were injured in a stabbing on Friday. They used a taser in an attempt to disable the suspect. I can't say this guy's name, but he's Sudanese. Says the incident took place at a Park Inn hotel on Glasgow's West George Street, which was being used to house asylum seekers during the pandemic, because he was an asylum seeker. And that is... An asylum seeker is a person who leaves their country of residence, enters another country, and applies for asylum in this country that they're currently in. He stabbed 6 people, Brandon.
Yeah.
A taser, this is what he looks like. This is a grown man.
Yeah.
And you can say what you want to say, oh, it's a different country, the regulations might not be the same. This man stabbed 6 people, and the point I'm making is they at least attempted to tase this man. That failed, and then they shot him. He was killed. He literally stabbed 6 people, and they still attempted to, and this is a black man, and they still attempted to tase him.
I guarantee you would not be saying the same thing
if he was white.
No, if one of those people died.
I don't know if the people died.
It doesn't matter if they died, because if they died at the end of the day, it would be a fucking different story.
What I'm saying is, no, I'm not even talking about the people dying, nothing like that.
I'm talking about the situation. You're saying, I understand that. I understand that. Okay. If they died, it would be a completely different situation, right? It would be justified. It wouldn't be justified. It'd be like, yo, why the fuck can you use a gun? Because if they died, we'd be hearing about that more than them just getting stabbed. Because they died.
Yeah, if they died.
And then the question would come up, why didn't you guys just use the gun?
It would have.
So I'm telling you from a fact that, yes, he probably could have used a taser. Would it have been effective? Bro, 2 people? You just can't. You've seen the video, and everybody, I hope that you've seen the video.
The part about that's crazy to me is he stabbed 6 people, and they still attempted to tase him. That's what's crazy about that to me. This girl was attempting to stab somebody, one person, and was shot with a gun. And this is a grown man that I can see why the taser didn't work, because he looks like he's probably a big dude, but
it doesn't. Like I brought up with him, the efficiency rate of tasers is not that high, because it comes down to body composition. When you look up the statistics, where it's placed as far as that, if it's gonna stick, and if everything is, all those parameters are good, how much current is it applied if they're gonna drop the weapon that they have. If that's all has to fit. Rather than think about all 3 of these other factors that you have to think about, pull out your gun and just shoot. Yeah, he shouldn't have shot her 4 times. Yeah, fine, we agree on that.
Yeah, I just don't. I think the situation could have went differently. I know that happened. So
No.
fast,
I agree 100% that it should have went differently in the sense that it should have happened.
She should have lost her life. I feel, and that shit happened so fast. But like I said, as a cop, you're trained to not only make quick decisions, but the right decision for the safety of everybody.
And I felt like just like I said, bro. I felt like personally he made the right decision in that, because if he didn't, man, granted, if he didn't, we could have. The article would be 2 girls killed today, and then it would have been 3 girls killed today, because she could have killed both of them, and then he had to kill her.
The thing is, his intent was to kill her, which I feel like that shouldn't be your number one thing.
But when you're having a gun, you can't tell, P. How are you gonna tell?
He shot her 4 times. You know that.
Okay. I understand that, but people have been shot and they don't die too. But I understand 4 is excessive, but you can fire 1 shot and you can kill them.
It's hard.
And you can fire 1 shot and they can survive.
It's hard for me to say that his intent wasn't to kill her when he shot her 4 times. That's what I'm saying. And as a cop, that shouldn't be your number one thing. Let me kill.
It's a case by case basis. It isn't their number one thing. They don't go out there. I'm not saying that every cop is the same.
I'm saying it's number one because that's what he did. That's what he did.
How is it going to be number one thing to do that? It's a case by case basis.
Nigga, he shot her 4 times. That's why I'm saying that. His intent was to kill her, which means the first thing that came into his mind was, I'm gonna kill her. Boom, 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 boom. You know, shooting somebody 4 times, they're gonna die. More times than not. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, the amount of times that he's shot her, I'm not agreeing with, but we don't know.
I'm not saying every cop's number one thing is to kill somebody.
Okay.
But shit, all the shit that's going on now, I can't tell.
You can't.
I can't tell with all the shit that's going on.
You can't put all them in that category.
That's true. Okay,
you can't put them all in that
it's
category.
hard for me to not say that when all.
I understand what you're saying,
now,
bro. I understand, but I'm looking at it subjectively from looking at the video.
Right. Okay.
That's the way I'm seeing it. And I'm telling you, after reading articles and I'm seeing comments and stuff like that, I'm not the only one to agree to that. Yeah, we're talking about black people, we're talking white people, we're talking about Indian, we're talking about Indian.
I saw a lot of people saying the same thing you said. So my stance to answer the girl's question, I don't know. I can't say who. I don't want to say who was wrong.
And I believe both were wrong.
Yeah, they both had their hand in this.
I believe more so that he was wrong before. More so, ultimately, right now,
she shouldn't have lost her life.
She shouldn't have lost her life, but then again, she's old enough to know the difference between right and wrong and stabbing somebody, regardless of her age. Because a lot of people would have seen analysts and fucking anchors bringing up the concept of, oh, she should have known that she was young. And she's like, it don't fucking, you with ill intent, you already know what's gonna go on.
Right.
You with a knife, you already know what the fuck is gonna go on, regardless of your age. You're 15 years old, 16 years old. You know the difference between right and wrong.
And I saw people talking about, well, she's the one that called the cops. She shouldn't have been killed. But
that doesn't fucking make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
He didn't know that. You gotta watch the video to see how fast that shit happened.
It doesn't make any sense. She called the cops or anything. You can't call the cops to back you up. What? You're the one with the weapon. You can't do that.
He didn't know who called the cops. And I'm not.
So like I'm saying, I don't think that she should have got shot 4 times. Fine, I'd agree with that. Overall outcome, his actions, he did what he had to do. Just take it as you want. That's what I think. He had to do what he had to do to neutralize her. Yeah, all this shit could have been changed differently, but more so, I'm only saying that because she could have not had the knife. So that's what I'm gonna say, that in regards, it could have been different.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say that it could have been different if
we'll never know what would have happened.
We would have never known. He did what he did. He thought best in the situation. So I don't believe that. Me personally, I don't believe that this should be grouped together with all this other stuff. But that's just me. That's just what I'm thinking.
This is very different from George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery.
Because that is clear cut, and people.
She had a deadly weapon. That's another thing. And I'm not trying to say that she deserved anything like that, but it is very different from these other situations.
And people, what I've seen people been doing is they're grouping all of this shit together, all of it together, instead of looking at this by a case basis. That's not how you look at stuff. You don't look at it and group it all together. Oh, automatically everybody's getting killed by white cops and they're black. Automatically it's a race thing. You can't look at it like that. Sean Reed. Remember Sean Reed?
Yeah, the one that was getting chased on Facebook.
And he was out here being gleeful and he got killed because he was running from the cops and doing all that kind of stuff. Like why? It's a case by case basis.
I know everybody's situation is different, But
and I'm not justifying her being dead, man. I'm really not. But he did what he did fit.
Everybody's situation is different, but if there's a grown man that stabbed 6 people and they at least, it's gonna all go down to me. I would have felt better if a taser would have been attempted. That's just me. I'm gonna stand by that. I just would have felt better in that situation. We don't know what would have happened, but there's a man that stabbed 6 people and a taser was still attempted on him.
And I'm telling you, you would feel different if one of those people had died and they didn't use. They
might have. I don't know. I don't know.
And I'm telling you, you would have felt worse if you found out that one of these, or 2 of these, or even 6 of these people fucking died, and we're out here using a taser instead of using deadly force.
I feel what you're saying, but my point is more so on the fact that they attempted the taser, that they at least did it.
Instead of just neutralizing the threat when you've detected a threat.
I don't know, man.
You're a grown person. You know the difference between right or wrong. The reason you have a knife in your hand is to do ill will, right? It's to do something, right? She wasn't there just threatening people and shit like that. Just be like, I would understand if she was out in the open, like, oh, I'm gonna stab people, nobody around her or anything like that. Then I would have used a taser. Then I would have. But if I'm over here, I'm struggling with somebody and I have a knife in my hand, I'm about to bring it down, P. The gun has to come out.
Not shoot it 4 times though.
Nah, not shoot 4 times though. That's excessive. Then again, like I said, I don't know what they're trained in the academy.
It's a really hard.
They're supposed to shoot to neutralize, so I think 4 is a bit much, but I'm not a police officer.
This is a hard situation to judge, in my opinion. This is a really hard situation, but I don't even want to bring him into other situations. All in all, I stand by what I said. Brandon's gonna stay by what he said. He feels like what the officer did was in his, what's the word?
Jurisdiction. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. I disagree. I feel like a taser could have been attempted. That's just my thing. We don't know what would have happened again. We don't fucking know. She could have still stabbed the girl even if she got tased. My thing is, I feel like it could have just at least still been attempted. But that shit happened so fast. That is a hard situation. Like I said, if I was in his shoes, I really don't know what I would have did. I really don't know. I've never thought about being a police officer, none of that type of shit, but I don't know what I would have done in that situation. That's just me. And I think a lot of you niggas probably could say the same thing. A lot of you don't know what you would have did if you was in his shoes. I don't want to say that I would have killed that girl because I don't believe I would have tried to just... I'm not just gonna... I don't know, man. I just can't see myself just shooting somebody 4 times trying to kill them in that situation. I just don't see myself doing that. But that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that question.
Yep.
Jennifer. SocialJunkiePod@gmail.com. If you have any Q&A questions, that was a good one. Debate type of questions, usually it's relationship shit. Anything you want us to talk about, take to the streets of Atlanta to ask people out there that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. We'll get back to that next week, hopefully. SocialJunkiePod@gmail.com. And that's it, man. Have anything else? I think that's it, dog. What is this? Ohio mayor holds a press conference following the fatal shooting. Yeah, he said some shit. He said the same thing. Like, it was in his jurisdiction. We know based on the footage that the officer took action to protect another young girl in our community. I mean, you could say that. You could argue that he did do that. Yeah. You can argue that he was protecting the other girl. You can't argue that.
Other 2 girls.
The other 2 girls. You can't argue that. You can't argue that. I'm not just gonna sit out and I'm really mad that Dr. Umar Johnson said that was a butter knife. That was not no fucking butter knife, dog.
And people like that, bro, you painting a different narrative to people so they can't do their own fucking research to see. You can't, because that was not no fucking butter knife, dog.
That wasn't no butter knife, dog. That was not no fucking butter
really downplaying the situation and gravity of the situation to make it favor the other side, like automatically that the officer's wrong. It's not that cut and dry, you know. It's not like that. It's not black and white like that.
That was a really hard situation to get. Even watching the video and all that shit, bro. That shit is a really hard situation.
I mean, he did what he think was right. I mean,
so what happens next? Okay, so what happens next in your opinion with him? We'll end on that. What happens next?
To be honest, bro, I don't know what happens, bro, because it's not fair for him to lose his job over this, to be honest, because he did what he thought was fit. He gave her instructions to drop it. He gave her instructions to stop it. He render aid and shit like that.
What did he say? I don't remember that. What did he say? Stop? No? Or what did he say?
Drop it before.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, he did say that. Yeah. So I don't think he should lose his job over this, because at the end of the day, if you were to do this, if you were to set an example for him and somehow look past this, I think that as many people that agree with his actions, this would cause a chain reaction for good cops. This would cause a chain reaction for good cops. Because now they got to fucking see every single fucking thing that they do. Yeah. Is it justified now? And more situations will come up, I would think.
That's the hard part about being a cop. Like I said, you have to be trained to make quick decisions and make the right decision. That's the hard thing about being a cop. And I see what you're saying. Now it makes that harder for good cops to do. Based on everything that's going on. I see what you're saying. But rest in peace, Ma'Khia Bryant. I'm going to still say that.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, nah, rest in peace. Rest in peace. But I'm sorry you had to go, man. Like, I'm sorry, but he did what he had to say.
That's a tough situation. Now, tell us what y'all think, man. Get in the comments.
Yeah, tell us what you think. I mean, we're not... Me and P, we're not going to agree. This is one thing that we had. We don't really disagree on a lot of things, but this is one thing that even that phone conversation last week that we completely disagreed with. Yeah. So like, you know, we're not going to agree on anything, like everything. So just y'all tell us what y'all think. Send us emails, send us comments, whatever messages, whatever.
socialjunkiepod@gmail.com.
Contact us on Instagram, whatever y'all want to do.
I got some good questions for next week.
All right.
The streets.
Cool.
For the streets. That's it, y'all.
That's it.
Episode 85. That's it. I'm P. That's Brandon. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. This video is going to be on YouTube on Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Every Thursday. Every Wednesday, Apple Podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud. Episode 86 is going to be next week.